Hey everybody, welcome to the market update for October the 4th, 2017. I'm going to be a little bit short on this one. I'm actually out running some errands, so I apologize if this video got up a little bit late. I know some people were looking, I'll try to get it out as soon as the market closes. So a couple things to look at today. Yesterday we had talked about the S&P, and that the S&P was really not at an area I'd be willing to short. It's still kind of hanging out in no man's land. If we go to a pretty small time frame, you'll see that we definitely came back down into this little area that we had talked about yesterday after the breakout. We said this may be a retest area, so I'm not sure if anybody's was able to get long on the retest back into this zone. But this is the area that we kind of talked about. If you're going to get long, wait for a little bit of a pullback, and we got that pullback really right around the market open. So nice little area pullback, and then price rallied up out of there. As far as looking at something tomorrow and in the overnight hours kind of thing, you got to really go to small time frames, and you're really picking, right? This little level here was already retested. You've got a little kind of a little spot there that maybe could be a good place, but I think you're jumping in front of trains trying to pick up nickels in that instance. So I'm really holding off on this. There's really nothing for me to look at inside there. The NASDAQ, again, we kind of hit this area where there was more sellers than buyers, and that area of balance has still been able to hold where we had a balanced area. Price hit it and came down, hit it again and came down, hit it again and came down. And we think about logically what's happening there is that there's less and less there's less and less people up there that are willing to sell, and so eventually those will run out, and this could be a good buying opportunity above 60.18 quarter. Until then, I'm not really much of a lover in this thing. Now, crude oil today really just chopped around again. We still have this area up here where you can look at an opportunity if price comes back into that area. So it's still kind of hovering between the two zones we talked about yesterday. Gold, however, did come back into this area that we had talked about. So we had talked a little bit about utilizing this area here, which was the old area of support, and that became an area where price eventually hit it, broke through. But when it broke through, think about it. In order to eliminate all those buy orders, we had to stack up a lot of sell orders here. Well, price came back in, hit those sell orders, and then came smoking down out of that level. So not sure if you're able to take a little bit of heat as price got up above there or not, but we did get a little bit of a reversal out of that zone and out of that level. As I look at this on a bigger time period, this is a big reversal pattern, right? That high wick is always a big reversal pattern, and so now you can get short on a breakdown below the prior candle's low. Looking at our 10-year notes and our currencies. So looking here at the 10-year note, our 10-year note level. If I look at this, let's go to the 4-hour chart, make this a bit bigger. The 10-year note today broke through the area, and we talked about it yesterday that level, let me go actually to a smaller chart. We talked about yesterday that level had worked once, it had worked a second time, but remember, once that level's been gone through, that means that there can't be any more sell orders that were there from the origin of that move. So we got to remove this completely. And now we came up and hit this area here. Now I will tell you, I did not look at this as an opportunity. I still have mine much higher as a place to get short if we do indeed get up there. I've had that level there for probably a week now. If you guys have been watching this thing religiously for the last week, we've had that level there. Same thing in the Aussie dollar. We're finally getting up to the Aussie dollar level. If you want to take a little bit of a long, there may be a breakout above this area here to take a long to run prices a bit higher. The one I do like is the euro. So we talked about that euro. This euro area is no longer going to be a valid area as it's been penetrated, and once that area of call it that resistance point has been busted through, I think it's going to break through again, and I would still be willing to look up in here. So right in that range right in here could be a chance to find a little bit of call it sellers piled up on top of each other, right? That would be a place to kind of look for a good opportunity. And then the last one is this Canadian dollar. Now, the Canadian dollar we talked about yesterday. This is why we said I love my stops, I love my stops, I love my stops. We put in a little bit of a retracement here, but if I move this out to the daily chart, we'll see that little retracement, once again, we're getting that reversal pattern. So I think this just sets up for another leg down and down into this range. And once again, we talk about the euro on that daily chart. The euro as well is also setting up. So now this is all going to be predicated on the dollar continuing that rally, right? The dollar continuing to rise. And we've got a little bit of a pullback in the dollar. This is the UUP, the ETF of the dollar, but certainly something that you can use. If I see the dollar really get above this UUP, get above 24.33, then I'm in, right? Then I'm interested. Then I'm really liking what I see. So kind of keep that in mind going forward. So those are the levels that I'm kind of looking at over the course of the next few days, and I guess and really into the evening. Not a tremendous amount that's jumping out as great levels that are that we're coming up to right now, but we've had some pretty good success over the last week or so, just kind of finding some turning points. So do me a favor, like this video, subscribe on YouTube, like it on Twitter, share it wherever, and I look forward to talking to you guys all soon. If you're something you specifically want me to look at, make sure that you let me know. So have a great day. See y'all soon.